Alright, hey guys, this is Chimera Elite. I got a bunch of different things to let you guys in on if you haven't really been paying attention to the Dogs of War forums. And it's kind of also the reason why I haven't really been uploading that many videos really pertaining to Dogs of War. Well, firstly, the game's kind of gotten stale for a lot of people. I mean, they haven't really changed a whole lot. They've mostly been focusing on balancing different things. And just balancing just kind of working on a few different things. Honestly, I think it's good that they're doing that. But in lieu of all of the changes that they have planned, at this point, there's not really a whole lot that... I mean, a lot of the balances that they're doing right now will have ramifications and shit, like, in the future. But even then, like, they're changing a huge number of things. Like, for one thing, they're getting rid of injuries, which is fantastic, so I don't have to spend about 56k on Cerberus and get him fixed up and everything. So there's that, which is absolutely fantastic. But along with that, they're also changing just how everything works. They're changing how, and I need to change this because I screwed something up. But they're changing, like, you know how, like, in all my games, I had to, like, even for this army, it says level available, I have to level up all these guys and everything and all that, really kind of just tedious stuff. They're getting rid of that. Like, once the patch comes out, and it's a huge patch, it's ridiculous, all the things that they have planned. But once that patch comes out, they are going to have a whole slew of things that they're gonna have to rebalance all over again. Well, one thing, obviously, they're changing how levels work. Well, rather, they're getting completely rid of levels. That's one big thing. Another thing is that they are changing game modes. Like, you know how this game mode right here that I'm just kind of doing just to keep you guys entertained a little bit while I ramble on. They are changing that and they're essentially merging all of the game modes into one. And what I mean by that is, instead of there being King of the Hill, VIP, and all that stuff, they're changing it so in every battle there's going to be every single game mode, and I'm assuming that they're gonna have just flat out points. It's like you get a certain number of things for completing the VIP thing. You get a certain number of points for doing the capturing the points, and you get a certain number of points for every time you kill someone, like one of their units. And again, that's gonna take a lot of tweaking on their part. But like, along with that, they're changing how army building, just flat out how army building is going to work in the future. They are, instead of levels, what they're essentially going to do is have almost like separate loadouts. So let's say I want a skirmisher. The example that the guy put out was with a Wolfen crossbowmen, and this is the awesome part for me, is that I can have a Wolfen crossbowman, and what he can do is I can either have him be a sniper, which, well, it's technically a sniper. He has low range, but extremely high. He's not that accurate, and his like normal his defensive stats are okay. But the biggest thing for me is that each one has its drawbacks. Like, there isn't one that's just the best thing possible. Like, there's a sniper, there's a skirmisher. It's absolutely amazing all the stuff they have planned for this thing. And I am personally intrigued at the possibility of there being different loadouts for different situations. And the biggest thing for me personally, again, is that I don't have to farm for these loadouts. I might have to farm a little bit to get the money that I need, but other than that, I'm literally like, because being a player who has been, I've been playing the open beta. I have about 88 hours in the game right now. I know there are guys who have more than me, but that's not the point. The point is, when they come out with the, like, I guess the full game, I like when they come up with this patch, they've said this, they're going to reimburse us for the units that we've bought. That's huge, because when they reimburse us, that flat out, I just bought a warg. That's about 30,000. That's expensive. Now, there are guys who have even more than that and have sunk even more time into it. Which means that me, as a guy who's played the open beta for 80 some hours, almost 90 at this point, I'm going to have a huge amount of spending money, and I'm going to use that spending money to experiment, just flat out. I'm going to experiment and try everything I can get my hands on. Obviously, my main focus is going to be on the Wolfen, but other than that, I'm going to have enough money to just screw around with anything that I really want to. Which also brings me to another thing. Another huge change that they're bringing is the introduction of hero units. Now, I'm sure I just heard a bunch of people groans and say, "What the hell is going? What the hell is this?" But think about it. If you think about it for a second, hero units would be pretty interesting. Admittedly, they would take their own balancing and everything, but I think it would be fantastic to have different heroes just mess around with them. Now, heroes are essentially elite versions of, say, the base unit. So there could be an elite archer, like this poor sap who's about to get ripped a new one. Or there could be an elite predator of blood, which is obviously what I'm looking forward to the most. Because, hey, I play Wolfen. My predator of blood is the dude's the centerpiece of my army at this point. Considering how reckless I have to be to do really well. So there's that. And remember earlier how I mentioned that they're changing how armies work? They're also changing how and this is everything that I'm getting off the thread right now. And I am going to do my best to not only keep you guys updated on what's coming up, but also just post a link somewhere so you guys can also go and look for yourself. Because there are a lot of great guys on the thread and on the forum who all have, well, not all of them, but a lot of them have played since the closed beta, which is huge. And they all have great ideas and great insight into how the game works, and to what might not be the best idea in the world for them to implement. So yeah, I'm gonna do a bunch more videos like this just because there are so many things coming out for Dogs of War that I'm so excited about. But this is just kind of an intro just to let you guys in on what's going on. Well, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and have fun out there.